Hey guys, welcome back to another Everyday Patio video and thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to be recording a 4K insulated roof mount patio cover. We're going to be attaching to those post brackets right there that were already poured with footings, and then we're going to be attaching to the roof with these roof mount brackets. It's a 412 slope and those are flush BeamLyft brackets. So pretty awesome view. I really like the colors that we went with. This is going to be an Espresso 2x8 frame for like a smooth matte finish. And then we're going to have 6" by 6" posts also with a smooth matte finish. The roof is going to be insulated 3" with smooth with 8" planks. Yeah, that's an airport over there. Okay, we started off with just getting the post brackets ready. We had to take out the metal in the middle so that the brackets could go in a little bit, and then we were able to slide over the post and put screws on either side. So it was pretty convenient to not have to do footings on this, considering we got a permit in engineering and everything, so we were able to utilize that for this permit. I believe it was about a 24-foot wide span. And that's the brackets put in right there. So there's the engineering. Basically you see where it's attached to the footing, and then just a 3" roof, basically box frame on there. And that's after we painted the BeamLyft bracket to put on the roof. So the way you install those, you line them up with the rafters on the house. So normally you can see where the rafters or gutters like hit into your rafters, and then you kind of take a line up from that. You can pilot a hole down to find the stud, or most often you can find it pretty well if you follow from underneath the rafter over to the top. And then you see we put a 2x8 into the BeamLyft brackets right there and a 1x4 in the back, so there's no gap. And here's where we pulled for the electrical. So it was a 20-amp circuit, 12-gauge wire. We ended up running 3 lines for the patio cover, 1 for the porch lights, 1 for the recessed lights, and then 1 for the ceiling. So the ceiling was on a wireless switch, and then the recessed lights and the porch lights, I believe they put on the same dimmer on the inside. There was like a wireless Lutron dimmer that we used. And here we're putting on the side 2x8. So this is the only thing I would have done different on the build. I would have left one of those side 2x8s off until the end, but we were using U-channels highlighted on the engineering. So basically like a U-bolt was anchored to the post through the beam. In retrospect, I'd rather use bolts in the future on this design, and we've been kind of using bolts more often. Like just a single bolt, not a U-bolt. And here you can see all the brackets are in, and the frame's basically done. I put a 2x4 to kind of support the roof right there. You could also just put a gutter on that side and support everything and then build it from the side, which again is kind of the more common way we're building them right now. But this one we built from the middle outwards and just slided the panels in from the front. I think the unique part about this design was that the homeowner wanted everything to pitch kind of towards the house. So the posts are actually higher than the house side, which just gives you like a more open view. Typically the post would be a little bit lower, and then you'd have drainage going to the left or right side. That's us measuring to the center of the roof. And there's our first panel. So you can see the fan beam in the middle where we're running in our electrical. So that's going to support the fan. It's also where we're going to run for the lights as well. And that's the fan wire coming out. And that's the smooth finish you can see on the planks right there, and like the 3" core, foam core. That's a fan beam without a panel, or a panel without a fan beam. And here's a panel with an offset fan beam. So we were able to kind of take that fan beam off center and move it a foot to the left, kind of giving it a more even distribution on the electrical layout. And here we're cutting the panel to size. So when you're doing zero edge, you kind of usually have to cut down this material just to match into it. And right here, you're going to see the offset fan beam I was talking about. So they don't always have to be center. You can offset them like we call like ABC layout, which is basically 1 foot in from the edge, either from the female side or the male side of the panel. And that's how you can see how the smooth finish. So the smooth finish is pretty awesome. It's been out for like a year now. It's nice for these modern builds where it's like more of a zero edge layout or a minimal design without like the decorative end cuts that are normally on the other patios. So normally we have like corbel cut, scallop cut, miter. This is more of like a clean zero edge finish. And those are the lights we use typically. The halo 4-inch recess lights, you drill a 4 1/4 hole and then about a 1 1/2 inch hole into the fan beam so you can pull your electrical out. So there wasn't much pull for the electrical on this patio, so we were able to power everything from that switch right there. And then divide it with some wireless switches so everything had their dedicated switch for the porch lights and for the dimmer on the ceiling lights. And we're doing the best we can to kind of give this a clean layer of caulking on it on the roof. So we just taped off it on the sides and then just put like a thin bead and smoothed it out with some cardboard. Kind of standard how we do on all the patios. You can't see it, but there's a deck right behind this, so we just wanted the view to be as clean as possible. When you're sealing those roof mount brackets, you just want to seal the top left and right side and then the screws so that it has air to breathe, and if any moisture gets inside, it can leak out the bottom of the bracket, so you're not like completely holding the moisture there. And the caulking we're using is like it's like a grout caulking that you can get from Home Depot. It's about $20 a tube, but it's really good quality and it lasts a long time. So thank you for tuning in to the end of the video, guys. We really appreciate you guys watching. Me and my wife put a lot of effort into these, so please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We have a lot more videos coming up that are just going to be some more modern, like different style videos than the ones we have in the past, just to give you guys kind of like some different ideas of different ways you can design the patio covers. So we appreciate you tuning in, and everyday patio out.